Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, December 16th, 2022, and we're about to do an in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location, which is in the state of New Mexico in the United States. My name is Swamini Valli. I'm a Pillai Center teacher and priestess and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm very happy to be hosting this program Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has said that the planets and stars are more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. In doing this puja, we are connecting with those light beings and inviting their positive blessings to flow into us and into our world. So thank you very much for joining us. To do the puja, I'm using the South Indian style layout of the chart. Each of the little 12 boxes on the screen is a particular zodiac sign, and there is a link below the video for a tutorial video about the South Indian style layout if this is something you're not familiar with. To do the puja, I've drawn this chart in chalk on a little chalkboard that's on a side table in my location. And I also have some water. I have a lit tea light. I have an incense stick. I have a bowl of fresh flower petals, and I have a little tangerine that I'm going to offer at different points in the puja. To start the puja, I'm going to take the water and dip my hands in it a few times and sprinkle water on all four sides of the little blackboard that has the chart on it to purify the space for the puja. I'm sprinkling a few drops of water on top of my own head to purify me, and I'm sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you to symbolically purify you, whether you're watching this live or later on a replay, so that we're all in a sense of purified space for doing this puja. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is invoke Ganesha, an archetype that is always invoked at the beginning of various Vedic rituals. I invoke Ganesha. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. I ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and I ask him to remove all obstacles in the lives of all of the participants in the physical, mental, emotional, financial, and spiritual areas of your life. I ask him to remove obstacles for all of you, now and always. Om Drum Dattatreya Shiva Bhavam. Now I'm going to do a short Tamil chant, asking all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku Mikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Arvarku mikave. Asura nulla nulla, ave nulla nulla, atyar arvarku mikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us, and we thank Saint Gnanasamundar for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now we're going to honor the various time elements that are active right now. The first one is the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, which is ruled by Venus. As I say the mantra, I'm holding a flower petal in my hand. And when I say Namaha, I'm going to put the flower petal on top of Venus, who rules Friday, on the chart. Flowers have tremendous purity, and they are able to, when we hold them, when we do a prayer or a mantra, they take the vibration of that prayer or mantra right up into the Akash, or the causal plane, and update our Akashic records. We're very grateful to the flower petals for their help with this. Now we honor Venus for being the planet that's ruling the day. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in at the moment. The moment the moon is in the star called Uttara Palguni, a star with energies for gracious relationships. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Uttara Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttara Palgunaye Namaha. Now we honor the Tithi, or the moon phase. In my area, we are in the 8th waning moon, called Ashtami in Sanskrit. Dr. Pillai said for the moon phase, we would use the Sanskrit name of the moon phase, followed by the word Devi, to invoke the light being associated with this moon phase. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Om Ashtami Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour. In my local area, that's Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Now we're going to work with the yoga and the Karana time elements. Dr. Pillai said for these, we would not use flower petals. We would simply say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Ayushman, which has energies that are well rooted. Ayushman, Ayushman, Ayushman. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Kalava, which has energies that are social. Kalava, Kalava, Kalava. Now, we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would always start this part of the puja looking at whatever sign is currently the ascendant, or the sign coming up in the eastern horizon in the local area. For me right now, the ascendant, represented here with AC, is in the sign of Danas or Sagittarius. Dr. Pillai said we would invoke the ruler of the ascendant sign as a gesture for his importance at the moment. Jupiter is the one who rules Sagittarius. So I'm going to put flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Today in Danas or Sagittarius is the Sun, who just moved in there yesterday, Venus, and Mercury. I start with honoring the Sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. The Sun is in a star called Mula. This is a star represented as a symbol with tied up roots. It wants to get to the root of the matter, get things on a good foundation. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Om Mulaye Namaha. Mula is ruled by Nriti, a smoky goddess of transformational change. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Om Nritye Namaha. Mula's star is ruled by Ketu. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Now we're going to honor Venus and Mercury, who are in Sagittarius, and I'm going to honor both of them before I invoke the star, because they're both in the same star today. I start with Venus and put the flower petals on him. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor Mercury for being in Sagittarius. Om Budaya Namaha. Om Budaya Namaha. Om Budaya Namaha. Venus and Mercury are both in a star called Purva Ashada. This is a star that helps to give us discernment to see what's right for us, what's wrong for us. Its symbol is a winnowing basket. They use a winnowing basket to toss things like rice when it's harvested, to separate the husk that we don't want to eat from the grain that we do want to eat. So Purva Ashada brings success through doing the right thing. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals across both Mercury and Venus. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Om Purvashadaye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by Apis. This is a deified form of water as a goddess. She brings energy for purification. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Om Apasye Namaha. Purvashada star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Danas or Sagittarius, the most noble-minded and idealistic of all the zodiac signs, today containing the sun, which is our soul, and also a planet so important for our health and our self-esteem. And Sagittarius contains Venus, planet of happiness, diplomacy, beauty, enjoyment of material plane comforts and the arts. And Mercury, planet of communication and also planet of business, as he rules all forms of buying and selling. Mercury also is the planet that helps us to develop a good sense of humor. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, going in a clockwise direction, the next Rasi or sign that has a planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto and also Saturn. We honor Pluto. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada. This is a star that can give long-lasting blessings for success. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Om Uttar Shadaye Namaha. Uttarshada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarshada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta. This star gives blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Dhanishta star, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a zodiac sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, planet of rationality and science, and Saturn, planet of patience, structure, organization, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains Neptune. We honor Neptune. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Neptune is in a star called Purvabhadrapada. This is a star that helps with purification. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purvabhadrapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purvabhadrapada star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aquarius, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on a Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing Neptune, a planet that likes to help us with our intuition and wants to make sure we are being of service to the right people. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter. We honor Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in a star called Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that can help with business development. We ask this planet to help all of our businesses to flourish. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttara Bhadrapada star, which is Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Meena or Pisces, the most metaphysical and transcendental of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet that helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Misha or Aries, which today contains Rahu, and also Uranus, who is retrograde. Both of those planets are in the same star, so I invoke Rahu before I invoke actually both of them before I invoke the star. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we invoke Uranus, who is retrograde. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that both Rahu and Uranus are in at the moment, which is a star called Bharani, a star that has a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti, or power, or energy. I put the flower petals across both Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama, an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, and integrity. Today containing Rahu, a planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, a planet that can help with higher intelligence, with more wisdom, and with learning about astrology and overall success in life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars, who is retrograde. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Rohini, a star of beauty and abundance. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Om Rohiniye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by Brahma, an archetype of creativity and creation. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Om Brahmaye Namaha. Rohini star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet. Now we pause for a moment, actually, and we reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, an earth sign with very grounded energies and yet also a love of luxury and comforts. Today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems that can be solved. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Virgo, who contains the moon. We honor the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon is in a star called Uttara Phalguni, a star that can help with both work and charity, and also a star that helps with gracious relationships. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Uttar Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Phalgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Phalgunaye Namaha. Uttar Phalguni star is ruled by Aryaman. This is an archetype that rules things like contracts, keeping our word. We ask him to give us a sense of honor. Honor is when there is a line you just don't cross. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Uttar Phalguni, which is the sun. I put the flower petals on him. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Virgo, which is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Virgo, the most analytical and detail-oriented of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with a planet in it is Tula or Libra, which today contains Ketu. We honor Ketu. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Swati. This is a star Dr. Pillai says can give divine blessings. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Om Swatye Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Vayu, the archetype who rules the wind and the air element. He's also the father of Hanuman. We honor Vayu. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Om Vayuve Namaha. Swati star is ruled by Rahu. I put the flower petals on Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Libra, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a zodiac sign that has energies for balance, fairness, harmony, today containing Ketu, who is sometimes called the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now, I take a lit tea light and I hold it in the air above the blackboard that has the chart drawn on it and all these little piles of flower petals. And in the air, I pass it above the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Now, I take a lit incense stick to offer the air element and a sweet scent and pass that around the chart of the blackboard in the air 3 times in a clockwise direction, honoring all these divine beings. Now I ring a bell to offer the element of sound. And now I take a small tangerine and I pass that above the chart 3 times, offering a piece of fruit representing the earth element. Later in the day, I'll eat the tangerine, as this will have blessings in it. It'll be a prasad, a blessed food. Now I make prayer hands and make sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them to send positive blessings into the lives of all of us and into our families, our friends, our neighbors, our colleagues, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, clean air to breathe, a safe place to live, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on the planet have love in their life,